Aberdeen Harbour, on the north-east coast of Scotland. One of Britain's oldest businesses.
It's just like a conveyor belt, it just never stops.
And one of Europe's most modern ports.
You've got clearance to sail now.
This is a glimpse into a hidden world.
On our way. He's under the bell now.
Of the men and women who keep the harbour running.
It's what you would call a typical woman.
I'm a poor defenceless female, so watch it.
24 hours a day.
Things change like... It's getting on for a false 10 now.
Hang fire on that bell.
This is just madness.
365 days a year.
Goodbye, cruel world!
God, just a wee green one.
Jimmy! How are you, my friend?
It has been my pleasure.
The harbour. Doug Rennie is the sales director at Andrew Christie Jr., one of the few fish processing factories left in the harbour.
It's 5:35 and we're off to Peterhead.
He'd rather not be up this early in the morning, but he has no choice.
Because the market right in front of you no longer exists. No boats land here. Lights with no fish there. This is why we've been driven to Peterhead every day.
Aberdeen Fish Market closed in 2009, and now Doug has to make the 90-minute round trip 5 days a week.
You've never been to a shout auction before? No, well, this is typical of a shout auction.
Last year, over 1 million boxes of fish, valued at £164 million, were sold here.
£50!
Mainly haddock, cod, whiting and coley.
570!
Today, however, Doug's not impressed by what's on offer.
Fish are nice, but they're a lot happening for me. Not my kind of market.
Ever since quotas were introduced, there's been less fish available.
Are you ready? 425, we're done!
Fish is very expensive. Well, in fact, the whole year's been dear. Yeah, what they've... Thick on, you say?
At the harbour, the final pieces of cargo are being loaded onto the Highland Prince. She's a supply vessel, delivering goods and equipment to the rigs in the North Sea.
We're a bit like a general delivery van. If the rig needs it, we take it out there.
Nick Bennett is the ship's master.
Highland Prince, boatman. Yeah, that's me, quayside, ready to let you go, Captain.
Prince Deck, Prince Bridge. You can let go after as soon as you get there, please. Aberdeen VTS, Highland Prince.
Okay, Highland Prince, traffic clear for sail.
It can be quite finely timed sometimes getting in and out of here. You sort of join a convoy. Particularly around this time of night, it always seems to be like rush hour.
He used to drive ferries and is skilled at handling large vessels like the Highland Prince.
VTS, SPS, sirs.
So we're just coming straight out, parallel with the quay.
Second mate Bob Irvin is his lookout.
Now parallel with the ball stand Viking.
There you go.
Clear to come ahead, 5 metres clear on the port side.
All clear to starboard, thank you. Aberdeen VTS, Highland Prince, bottom of the river.
Keep on going, sir, traffic clear for sail.
Once they leave the harbour, they increase their speed.
Clear of the river, thank you.
The Highland Prince is off to deliver supplies to a rig 120 miles northeast of Aberdeen.
We've got, how much cargo roughly have we got, Bob? About 60? 47 units of cargo which we'll deliver. We're like the milkman. We deliver on a daily basis.
At the harbour, it's business as usual.
Cracking day.
I think the woolly pulley's going to have to come off at some point.
Don't go any more astern. A wee bit ahead.
My usual jolly visit to the vessels.
Howard Drysdale works for the Sailor Society, a charity that looks after the welfare of seafarers.
I'm a Assemblies of God pastor, but my church is the port, and my role is to go and visit the ships as they come on, into the port and make sure everything's okay on board.
Did you miss me last time?
I did. That's why we
You came back in to see me? Oh, well, I feel honoured.
An ex-seafarer himself, he's been port chaplain at the Harbour for the past 11 years.
You're next. Morning.
Morning.
Oh, I could have brought the car over. You could have painted that for me. Morning, Captain. How are you doing?
Yeah,
Dan, you're the man.
Yes.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, fine. Nice to see you again, yeah.
I thought you were painting because I had arrived.
No.
I use humour a lot when I'm visiting ships. Mainly to break down the preconceived idea that I'm the minister who's going to preach at people. I don't.
I had to share a taxi with him coming from the airport.
Did you really?
Yeah,
oh, that'd have been an experience.
The driver was a godbother as well.
Oh no. The number of guys who do bring up religion, one form or another, and my approach is not to jump on them when they do that and then try and do the conversion bit, but just simply to nudge it along a wee bit. And over the months and the years, who knows where it's going to lead.
I'm ready to rock.
At the fish processors, it's business as usual, although not for much longer. Over the next few months, all the staff will be moving to a new factory, which has been completely refurbished.
Our efficiency level will be dramatically increased, right? Which means our costs will go down by becoming more efficient.
And factory manager Alex Ferguson hopes that business will improve as a result.
Oil come for it. Shove it over there. I've still got 10 years to work. Need to work. You've got to go and try it and see if it works out, you know. Hopefully it will work out.
But the skinning machine has broken down. Again.
I think it's a lady skinning machine. It's not a man skinning machine. It's a lady one. Very temperamental, that. Very temperamental.
You want to fix this? You want to repair this, though?
In the new factory, they have a team of in-house engineers. Here, it's just Arthur Stewart.
Arthur keeps the machines going. There's a lot of maintenance in here. Self-taught.
Arthur's been with the company for 34 years, and he's dubious about the move.
We've been up, we've looked round the factory. When everybody came out of the factory, I think maybe 2 members of the staff said, this will be okay. The rest were all going, this is factory. See here, you've got freedom to move. Up there it's a conveyor belt. Lads concentration camp as far as I'm concerned. So, that's it for me.
He says he's leaving. I'm seriously. You leaving? You leaving?
Yeah.
Right. Who are we going to in a box beside the filling machine? Whoa, beautiful! Fantastic. Some guy, you know. I need him to run a factory with me.
You got a job as a newspaper boy.
It's 7:30 a.m. on the Highland Prince, and visibility is down to just 200 meters.
You can hear that noise outside. That's the foghorn of the oil rig, and that Morse signal that you can hear in sound. That's you. You are running into danger.
Time to make contact with the rig.
Britannia, Highland Prince. Yes, sir. That's us just approaching your 500-metre zone. What's the visibility like with you?
At the moment, it's not great, sir. I can give you a rough estimate, but we're struggling to see across the bridge, that's for sure.
The rig
You can't see it, it's just over there. So I'm now going to creep in very, very slowly.
The fog makes everyone more cautious, and it's up to the crane driver to make a decision on whether they're able to work.
You know, you wouldn't be landing 5 tons of cargo blind. If he's not happy, we won't be doing it. We'll be pulling off and waiting for the fog to clear. Britannia crane, Harbour Prince. What's it looking like from where you are?
Well, it's fine to see. I can actually see your deck.
Yep, okay, well it sounds like we're good to go then. We're about 15 metres off. Sometimes we have to get a little bit closer really, but only in flat, calm conditions. We always have to take into consideration the swell, which can pick us up and push us sideways. If you hit one of those legs, not only would it damage the ship, but they may have to evacuate the rig. Potentially very serious, with a lot of paperwork involved. And I don't like paperwork.
Hi, Cygnus, the pilot's monitor you. We are on our way out to you now.
Ralph Gregg used to work in VTS, or Vessel Traffic Services, before he realised that he missed being at sea.
Have your ladder ready 1.5 metres above the water.
Now he's training to become a pilot.
I like driving the boats. Going to the pilot's job, you're driving the boats every single day, from a small cargo ship where you're having to do it all yourself, going to the next boat and it's a supply vessel with thrusters and everything else. It's great.
Cheers!
His wife Alison and children Heather and Jonathan have come to see how he's getting on.
I'm getting cobbles.
Yeah. The jackets he's found for them are just a little on the big side.
A trio of pilots.
Oh, I love my arms.
You've lost your arm. Yeah?
Yeah.
The main reason I actually came shoreside was for family reasons. You know, I got married, kids came along, and I was finding that I didn't want to go away to sea because I was missing too much of the kids. This is a straight supply vessel. Nothing fancy at all. And it's great now being home, and I always see them at some point in time during the day. You like my job, don't you?
Yes.
You like my job. Why do you like my job?
I don't know.
Because it brings lots of money for you to buy sweeties.
With such a young family, Ralph is always conscious of the potential dangers of his job.
You've got a ship that is moving all over the place, and then you've got a rope ladder. I think on average it's worldwide about 2 to 3 pilots a year are killed.
So that is the boat I go on.
That one?
Well, the pilot cutter. You have to climb up that ladder and go through that door. You see? There you go. That was nice of them, wasn't it? It's a honky honk, yes.
They could probably see me.
Away they go.
The Suchandra, with its all-Indian crew, is a ship Howard's visited many times before.
And you, my friend, are finding it cold. You're wearing your woolly hat inside.
Yeah, it's not very cold.
Oh! Hiya, how you doing? How are you? Good to see you again. Yeah. Got some Indian news for you guys. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure.
While some sailors can't wait to escape once they berth, others find it a more daunting prospect.
A lot of seafarers won't come off the ships
They're in a foreign country, they're not sure, it's a bit insecure, they're not 100% comfortable going up the town, so they're a bit wary.
You hear a lot of noise and, and people are just screaming and shouting at you. I don't know whether they're looking out for a fight or...
Be careful, that's all I would say.
Yeah.
Most big ports have a seafarers' centre, but there's only one in Scotland, and that's in Grangemouth.
We've consistently heard seafarers saying to us, is there a centre in Aberdeen? And we say, I'm sorry, there isn't. They say, but it's so big, it is so busy, why is there no centre? We still have it looking a lot nicer.
Indeed.
Ever since he started as chaplain at the port, it's been Howard's mission to open such a centre. But red tape and lack of funding have made it an almost impossible task.
Big enough boxes, Brian.
Until now.
And we've got pool table, we've got an internet room through there. So that's really what the centre's all about. It's just giving a safe haven for the seafarer, where they can come and relax, meet other seafarers, chat.
But it's due to open in just a few days. And Howard's struggling to get everything ready in time.
I'm not getting any younger, Brian. Will you join me? I've had so many people say, you don't need a mission, there's no point in having it. The oil industry's dead and dying. Who's going to be here in 10 years' time? Well, the oil industry's still going. There's still plenty of seafarers in the port, and they need us here. Can't beat the banter, can you? You're a strong man.
It's very much on-the-job training for pilot Ralph, who's just about to take out the Maersk laser.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Laser deck, there's a bridge. Yeah, we're going to have the pilot arrive on the port side.
With him today is Keith Fuller, who's there to supervise. Ralph is only licensed to pilot ships up to 90 metres, and this one is just over that by a few centimetres.
Okay, we're ready to let go.
Ready to let go.
Okay, Captain, so what we'll do is we'll just angle ourselves over here. We'll keep the speed down to about 3.5 knots until there, and then we'll start picking up speed.
But the Maersk laser can be awkward to manoeuvre.
You're all gone aft. At the moment, we're in quite a tight space. So as soon as we move off, we've got to try and get sort of almost angle her out without going ahead too much, so that we don't hit anything. So this is one of the trickier bits.
Even though he's not driving the vessel, it's Ralph's job to give the crew guidance.
That's you all clear, you can start making a move. BTS, the Maersk laser, we are on the move.
14 metres forward, sir.
To make things even trickier for Ralph, the view from the bridge is not great.
You can't see very much. You'll have seen me running from side to side. The visibility is not fantastic from any one point in the ship.
For Ralph, it's another success.
Okay, Scotty, we're on our way down now.
Yeah, it was good. It was alright. Didn't hear anything, so...
And as for the most dangerous part of any pilot's job,
it's just timing right. It's nothing that can sort of be taught. It's more just a learning process. You've just got to learn, yourself really when you do it. Yeah.
it's the 19th of December, the grand opening of Howard's Seafarer Centre.
I can't wait. I wanted to open the door now, and it's, well, we've only another half hour to go. And I'll probably open the door and there won't be a soul out there, of course.
But they're practically queuing up.
How are you doing? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I said I would give the first seafarer in here a big hug. out. Yeah? That's you. You're the first seafarer. Good to see you, my friend.
Nice to meet you. My family.
It's your family?
Yeah. So finally...
It's open and we've arrived. You've been warned.
Very good we have Seaman's Club because if we have problem, I know. Because,
around to help.
you know.
Ooh, set it up for you. You're doing grand, man.
The centre has been entirely funded by Aberdeen's maritime industry.
Well, after 10 years, 5 months, 18 days, here we are. And I'm just over the moon that the seafarers are actually getting something that they want. So my dream has not been just my dream.
On the Highland Prince, they're just about ready to start loading.
Prince Bridge, Prince Deck, radio check, channel 4.
Colin Clarkson is one of the ABs, or able seamen.
Yeah, loud and clear also. At the moment we're doing the blue ones here, sending them up at the moment, they're all the food containers. You have to prioritise hungry people on there. 3595, mate. Here we go. And that's my opposite number, Angus, from the Isle of Skye. It's all the same principle. There'll be an eye hanging off it, hook on, get out the way, crane driver will take it up. Yeah, CM2766, Bay 8, copy that.
Whenever they're working on the deck, someone is always on the bridge supervising.
I'm up here to obviously to monitor the DP equipment to make sure we keep position, but also most of my time I spend making sure that what the crane is doing and what my crew are doing are safe.
There's 55 loads here. A good fast crane driver, which we've got here, is good, this fella. You could do that in a long day, but it's the back loads as well. The back loads slow things down a bit.
There's limited space on any rig.
There's the next back load coming now. Back loads could be old drilling equipment, anything like that, refrigeration units, gotta go.
Before they can take on more cargo, the crane driver has to offload anything they no longer need.
He's trying to get a moving load onto the deck on a moving platform from, you know, a couple of 100 feet in the air. It's a good bit of driving, that, wasn't it? A lot of it's hand-eye coordination. I should imagine the good on PlayStation. That's the baby. Go on, go on, go on. I know it sounds a bit romantic if you like, but I do like being at sea. I don't think I could work in an office. Wake up and enjoy going to work. It's the most important thing, I think. I'm gonna have to go.
We've got a small amount of cargo, 8 lifts left to put aboard this particular rig, and then they're going to call it a day. And we'll come back tomorrow morning, and all being well, probably about an hour's work there, and we'll be heading back to the beach, to Aberdeen.
Even as they're leaving the rig, another supply boat will be on its way out.
So it's a continual process. They're getting supplied all the time. The food, the water, the fuel oil, all the paint brushes, the rags, literally anything you could think of that's needed gets brought out on a vessel like this.
Britannia deck.
Britannia deck, Highland Prince. Okay, sir, that sounds like at 8. We'll see you at 7:30 in the morning.
That's fine, Captain, sir. I'll see you in the morning.
Sweet dreams.
On an industrial estate just over a mile from the harbour is the new fish processing factory. And Doug is keen to show it off.
You get the panoramic view from here, right? Gives you some idea of the dimensions of the factory.
The factory was completely refurbished a year ago.
everything up here is everything that down the road isn't. The conditions in here are superb. It's just a nice place to work.
There are around 200 employees, mainly from Eastern Europe.
You see, the guys are all happy. And these girls are all happy too. They love working here.
The factory currently produces 50 tons of white fish fillets, 65 tons of salmon fillets, and 25 tons of salmon portions per week. These numbers will increase substantially when the refurbishment is complete.
I've been in this industry now for 40 years, right? And, you know, from what we started with to this is a million miles apart. This will be a role model for others to follow, we hope.
Howard's had some bad news.
Packing is never fun. Where to start, where to finish.
Amongst his papers is his job description.
It's to provide in the Port of Aberdeen and the surrounding area a Christian ministry, welfare support, counselling and general assistance to all seafarers, irrespective of race, colour or creed. So, you know, that's what I do. That's what I've done all my time here. Yeah, I was asked to go down to my society's headquarters down in Southampton, along with all the other chaplains. None of us expected what actually did happen the following day when we were called into the actual meeting. And basically the society was losing lots of money, and the cost of the UK chaplains, the 5 full-time chaplains, was more than the cost of the 56 other chaplains worldwide. And I was told that there was no post in Aberdeen, and they also said that they wouldn't have a chaplain in a port where there was a seafarer centre providing welfare to the seafarers. So in my success of getting a centre, I actually did myself out of a job.
The news couldn't have come at a worse time.
I've just got the centre up and running, and I almost feel as though the feet have been dragged out from underneath me, which obviously means I've now got to reassess, rethink through things, try and work out where do we go from here. The silver lining in all of this is that it gives me a new opportunity. As God closes one door, another opens, and a number of people have been in discussion with me regarding the possibility of me staying here, because my passion is still to serve the seafarers. So I'm hopeful that there is still a position here in Aberdeen for a full-time chaplain of one form or another. And yeah, it's exciting times.
Coming up, Chef Ian Scott samples his cooking.
Spot on. Spot on.
And the pilots practice their jumps.
Slipping.